press play on your music if you haven't already. And I find it comfortable because we're going to be kneeling, just to have your block this way. And if you haven't got a block, you can use anything, or you can simply just stay with no support if it feels quite comfortable on the knee joint. So once you have that position that feels comfy, you don't want any pain in the knees. If there is anything, you can just cross your legs. You're going to relax your hands down. We're going to send the spine long. And we're going to close our eyes, and hopefully you've got your music on that you have on your WhatsApp. So just take a moment now, pull the shoulders away from the ears, send the crown chakra to the ceiling and lift out of your lower back. See if you can create that space. And when we become aware of it, we should naturally be able to lift a little higher than our normal seating position. Either breathing freely in through the nose, or if you're congested, maybe the breath is in and out through the mouth. I'm going to place one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. And just feeling the pattern of the breath coming in. Expanding, releasing, expanding, and releasing. Sending love and kindness to yourself this morning. Being gentle with yourself and remembering to listen to your body. There's no ego in our yoga practice. One more breath. Let's inhale the arms up. Bringing the palms together, maybe looking up if the neck is okay. And then exhaling down to the heart. We're going to send just the right arm up, looking at the right hand, dropping the palm down to that left knee, right hand behind you, and just take a gentle twist here, pulling the left shoulder back. Inhale, left arm, looking at that palm coming down towards the right thigh, send the right hand behind, take that gentle twist. Inhale, both arms up, and exhale to the heart. Just setting an intention for your practice. So what is it you need today? Releasing the hands. Grabbing your block now if you have it, just sending it to the right side of your body and coming onto your knees. If you don't have a block, you can always grab a pillow or something, a container. So we're going to drop our right hand to our block. We're going to inhale, left arm over towards our right side. Our hips are not moving, just our upper body. Inhale, left hand down to the left thigh and the right arm reaching up, and then start to head over towards your left side. Maybe turning the gaze towards the right arm. I'm going to do that once more, dropping the right hand down, maybe going a little deeper now. I'm still being mindful of my back, but it is feeling a lot better. And we're going to reverse, just opening into the side body. Right hand back to your block, and this time send your left leg out. So reaching, bending into your right elbow now. Reverse, left hand down the left leg, right arm long. And you may be able to go further than me this morning. Just creeping that left hand down your leg. This time as you reverse, maybe you're removing your block and your right hand is down to your mat. We're going to send our left arm long and maybe push up onto our left toes. You can always keep that leg down if you need. Reaching long. Last time, reverse. And release, coming back onto your knees, hips staying forward, let your block to your left side. So we're going to drop left hand down, we're going to reach long with our right arm, maybe looking up. Reversing, right hand down, left arm long. Slowly awakening this morning. And reverse. You can always keep that gaze forward if you need. And every time maybe going a little deeper, right hand down. You may notice one side is easier. Left hand down to your block. We're going to send the right leg out to the side. Might need to shift your block a little away as we send that left arm long. We're going to reverse. Creating all that space along the side. And then this time maybe that hand is all the way down to your mat, or you've even just lowered your block a little. Maybe that right foot is lifting off of your mat. Feeling that outer thigh working. And release. Coming back onto your knees, maybe with your block, maybe without, sitting down towards your mat or sitting down towards your block. We're going to send the hands behind. Maybe we're staying on the hands, maybe we're coming onto the elbows as we start to open into the front of the body. Maybe you're coming all the way down onto your back if that feels doable today. Keeping that chin tucked in. Feeling that length in the thighs, in the chest, in the heart, in the throat. You always have that option of dropping the head back a little if you're not completely flat. We're going to roll ourselves back up. Bring ourselves into our table position, knees underneath the thighs or underneath the hips, I should say, hands under the shoulders. Let's open up right hand, taking that twist. Drop right hand down, open with the left. Left hand down. Shift that left foot to the side of your mat as you open up and send your right leg long. Maybe we're lifting up again. Maybe we're keeping that foot down. Dropping back to your table. Just take a little roll here around the body. Working through the hips, hips, spine, lower back. And then reverse that roll the opposite way. Be a little bit of clicking and releasing going on. Coming back to your table for the other side. So we're just shifting our right foot away from us. We're stepping back, left leg. Left arm is reaching up. Maybe we bring that left leg up as well. Remember, no ego. You're listening to the body. Dropping back down into that table. We're going to come to melting heart. So you want to shift your hands towards the top of your mat. We're going to drop our forehead down to our mat, or maybe it's the block this morning. We keep the hips high. You're reaching with your fingers. Once you're there, see if you can reach even more. So you feel that stretch into the arms. You want to open every part of the body. Releasing any stagnation, any blocked energy. Opening all the chakra points. Massaging the internal organs with our practice. So much is going on. Taking one more breath here. I'm going to take that walk back up towards the hands, back into your table. Let's tuck the toes, start to head into down dog. So we keep that bend in the knees as we send the body back. Long arms, and then we start to straighten the legs down. Little bit of distance in the feet. Take that walk, that pedal, release the legs. Make sure the fingers are wide, palms are flat. And then planting the feet down, just take a sway side to side, coming back into the hip area, back of the legs. Take that walk towards your feet. Let the body hang forwards in a forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Palms come together. Exhale, we're folding all the way back down again. We're going to take a walk down our mat. So we bring our body into plank pose. Hands under the shoulders. Holding here. We're going to take that lower into Chaturanga. So if you need to drop your knees here, you do so. If you feel okay, you stay on your toes. And Chaturanga is a slow movement, so we want to bend at the elbows. We take our time. Our chin comes towards our mat, our chest comes towards our mat, and then the belly comes down. We relax the toes, we breathe into our cobra. I'm not going to come up too high, but your shoulders are pulled back. We then push back into our hands. We're going to sit back to our heels in Balasana, dropping the head. Just take a little roll through the forehead. Let's massage into that third eye point, our point of intuition. Do you listen to your inner guidance, or do you put your trust in others, letting them make decisions? Finding that stillness now, forehead still on your mat. Taking 2 breaths here. We're coming to our down dog when you're ready. Pushing back, long arms, long legs. Let's take a walk towards the top of our mat this time, and we're going to bring our feet together in that forward fold. Dropping the hands, dropping the head. Inhale, coming up. Palms together, and let's exhale to our heart. Coming back to your intention for your practice this morning, or maybe it's your positive affirmation. Inhaling it in. Let's inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Send the gaze forward. Drop the right leg back, right knee down. Come into your low lunge, bringing up the arms. Pushing into the hips a little more, but growing tall from your lower back. Bringing the hands to your heart center, taking a twist over that left knee. Maybe you're staying here, maybe you're pushing into the toes of the right leg. Finding your breath, finding your balance. Coming back to center, framing that left foot, stepping it back to your plank pose. Pulling away from your mat, engaging your core. We're going to take that slow lower. Maybe you need to drop the knees down, rolling all the way down to your mat. And then relaxing your toes as you roll up into your Bhujangasana. Exhale, Balasana, back to those heels. Finding the breath, breathing all the way into your belly. Down dog when you're ready. Heels back. We're going to send the right leg long. We're going to roll forward and hug that knee to our chest. Take a pause here. We're going to exhale that leg back. Inhale in, take that pause again, pulling that knee to the chest. Exhale it back. This time bringing that knee in, drop it between the hands. Send the left leg back for your pigeon. We're going to come up onto our fingertips. We're going to send the hands behind, link the fingers, pull the shoulders back. This is not comfortable today, you keep the hands down. Feeling that space in the chest. Squeezing those shoulder blades, releasing any tension you're holding here. And then release your hands, plant them back down to your mat. Tuck the toes of the left foot and send yourself back into that three-legged dog. Plant that right foot down. Find your balance in down dog, pushing back towards your heels. Squeezing the inner arms. You don't want the elbows splaying out. Left leg is long, three-legged dog. Inhale, rolling forward. Bring that knee into your chest like you're trying to glue it to the chest, and pause. Exhale, long leg. Inhale in. Exhale, long. One more to do. Bring that knee in. And then drop it down between the hands, big toe side of your mat, as you walk your right leg back, coming up into your pigeon. We have that option of taking the hands back, pulling back into your arms, gazes forward. Maybe the heart is beating a little faster. Just slowing that breath back down. We're planting our hands. We're tucking the toes of that right foot as we head back into our three-legged dog. Plant that foot back down in your down dog. Take that walk, that pedal, whatever you need. Heading back towards the top of our mat with a jump, a walk, a step. And folding over both legs. Inhale, rise. Exhale, heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Long spine, sending the spine high, breathing in. And then step back, left leg, dropping that left knee down. We're coming back to our lunge for the other side. Long arms. Making sure that knee's not going over the ankle. And then hands to your heart as you take that twist over your right leg. Maybe staying just where you are, or maybe pushing up onto the toes of that left side. We're going to be framing our right foot, stepping it back to plank pose, finding that balance. Hands under the shoulders. We're taking the weight into the left hand, rolling onto the feet, bringing up the right arm. Maybe both feet stay down, maybe the right leg comes up, you decide. Dropping back to your plank, right hand down, back onto those toes. Pulling away from your mat. We're taking that roll the opposite side. Our right hand is staying down. Our left arm is going up. Reaching along with the arms, pulling away from your mat. Don't let that right hip drop. And then dropping both hands back to your mat now. Lowering all the way down in your Chaturanga. Bhujangasana Cobra. And exhale into your down dog. We're going to send the right leg long and then step it forward to the top of your mat. Take that shuffle if you need. And then bring up the arms for your warrior one. I'm going to turn so I can see you. We're going to open up and send the left hand behind and the right hand forward. We're going to drop left hand to the back of our leg and reach along with the right arm. Reversing our warrior, we can look up. Swinging that arm back, both arms long in our warrior one. And then planting that back foot for warrior two. Reaching forward with that right hand, turning your gaze to the fingertips. We're going to drop right hand to our block or to our mat, reach along with that left arm. Reverse our warrior, left hand down, right arm long. Framing that right foot, keep your left hand down and take a twist with that right arm long. Both hands back to your mat, step it back, plank pose. We've got that slow lower down, that cobra when you're ready, and down dog. Find your breath here, make sure you're breathing into your belly. Take a moment, take a pause, or rest in child's pose if you need. Our left leg is back. We're stepping forward for warrior one, top of the mat. We're bringing up the arms. You always have that option of dropping your back foot if you need. We're going to open, right hand back, left hand forward, twisting through the core. Drop your right hand, reverse with your left, maybe looking up. Dropping left hand down, reach along with the right arm. Coming up into your warrior two, long arms. Reverse, right hand down, left arm long. And then left hand down, right arm long. Framing that left foot, coming back onto the toes of the right. Keep your right hand down and take that twist with the left arm. Framing that foot, stepping back to plank, last one. Holding here. We're going to take that slow lower. Cobra when you're ready. And exhale into your Balasana. Maybe the arms are now alongside the legs. Finding your breath. Last few breaths here. Taking a slow roll up when you're ready. Grabbing any water if you need a drink before we move on. So the body should be feeling warmer. We're going to come down on to our mat. You can sit on your block if you need, and you may want your strap here. So have the strap to hand maybe. Make sure you're sitting evenly. And we're going to bring in our left knee, planting that foot down on our mat. We want to work into this shoulder. So we're going to reach forward with our left arm. We're going to turn the palm and we're going to wrap it around that leg. You're then bringing your right hand back to meet it, or you're grabbing your strap here. The closer you have your left heel, the easier it is to grip. Keep the toes of the right foot pointing upwards. We want to engage that side. Keep the gaze down towards that right leg. You don't want to strain the neck. And just send your breath to where it needs to go. Are you finding any tightness in that left shoulder? When you're ready, release out. Just pick up your left leg, give it a little rock side to side. And then we are going to place that foot on our inner leg. If this feels too easy for you, you also have that option of the foot on top of the thigh. We're going to be inhaling, reaching up with the arms, and then exhaling towards our toes, maybe grabbing our strap. If you need any support for your knee, you have your block you can use. So again, coming back to your breath as you lower, we inhale to our lower spine, we exhale and we fold. We're listening to our body, and I'm going to listen to mine and not go any further this morning. When we get an injury, it can easily feel very frustrating. We can't move our body as we're used to. We can't maybe do the things that we're used to doing. But if we keep fighting our body, we keep not listening, then that injury is going to either last longer or it's going to develop into something worse. So we always have to come back to that space of listening. And as we listen, we start to feel the body getting stronger again. injury melting away. So we're going to take one more breath. And we're going to bring up the arms and release. Bring the feet back together, long on your mat, and just come back onto your hands. So pulling your shoulders back. Maybe this is enough this morning just to stretch into the chest and shoulders, or maybe you want to come up into your upward plank where you point the toes, you squeeze the glutes, and you feel that the muscles of all of the legs working. The core, the shoulders, the arms. So much is happening in plank pose. We're going to take one more breath, maybe pushing up a little higher, if that's doable this morning. And then we exhale and we come back down to our mat. And this is where we make sure we're sitting evenly on the glutes again, adjusting. So it's our right knee that's going to come in. We want to bring that heel as close to us as we can. Left toes pointing upwards. We're reaching with our right arm. Reaching forward, turning the palm out, wrapping it around that knee. And then that left hand is coming back to meet it. Or we're grabbing our strap. Gazing down towards that left leg. If you want to, you can delve forwards. You will be feeling that into the lower back. And we're just going to stay for a few breaths here. Taking one more breath into that right shoulder. We're releasing that side, picking up that right leg, that shake out side to side into that hip joint. And then we've got that option of where we put that foot, whether it's our inner leg, whether it's on top of our thigh. We want that right knee to go out to the side. We're inhaling both arms up. We're exhaling, lift out of your lower back as you reach, and then drop your hands down to wherever they're going, to your strap, to your foot, to your leg. Every inhale is into the belly, into the lower back, and then every exhale, maybe you're coming forwards. Again, one side may feel freer or easier. So as we move through our practice, you should find the mind starts to quieten a little bit more. Chitta Vritti, that mind wave that keeps coming in like that monkey mind, starts to settle, bringing us closer to our meditation at the end of our practice. One more breath here. Breathing in, coming up and releasing. You're going to bring soles of your feet together in front of you. Threading the hands through the legs, if that's doable, onto the top of the feet in tortoise pose. If not, you can always just take hold of your toes. So we breathe in, we lift out of our lower back. So you want to send your chest towards your toes, and then you start to lower down towards the feet. So coming back to that inhaling, exhaling. The more you practice, the more your head is going to come to very close or on top of your feet. Again, I'm staying just where I am today. It's very easy to let the ego take over, to say, no, you can do it. But no, letting the ego go. I'm going to take a few more breaths. Remember, the more we practice our yoga, we learn to become into that responding stage rather than that reacting. So a true yogi can be in the middle of a disturbance, of that wave, and they just learn to let it pass, to not react to it. That saying of this storm shall pass in troubled times. We're going to take a gentle walk back up all the way to our mat. So just send your legs back out. We're going to do one last plank before we lie down. So maybe that is just squeezing the shoulders for you today. Maybe it is coming up, pointing the toes, squeezing the glutes, hands under the shoulders. One more breath. Exhaling all of the way down. Just swing round onto your hands and knees for me. Let's tuck the toes, head into a down dog. So just push back, stretch through arms, legs on the back. And then drop your knees back down. And we're going to come onto our elbows, bring in either the palms together or link in the fingers. I'm going to do dolphin pose. So the toes are a little closer together than down dog. There's no weight in the head. So basically you push up and you start to walk your feet towards your hands or your head. So if you need to have a look at me, there's no weight in my head. I can move my head. But the more my toes come towards my head, the straighter my back. This is a preparatory pose for headstand. So the weight is in your arms. If you want to try, make sure, as I say, there's nothing in the head and there's nothing in the neck. Weight completely on the arms. Make sure the arms, elbows under the shoulders, linking the fingers, pushing down into your mat as you push up onto your toes. Yes. And you keep walking your feet closer to your head. Very good. When you want to come out, just rest down back in your balasana. So whether you prefer your arms long or your arms alongside your legs, just take in a breath there. So this is all working the strength in our upper body. In yoga, we work every muscle. Just take one more breath. And then we are going to come up and come on to our backs. Do have your block to hand as you roll down. We're going to plant the feet down, bending and taking them hip width apart. And we're going to push our lower back into our mat. Let's grab our block and place it between our knees. Arms stay where they are. Grounding the feet, we're going to start to push away from our mat, squeezing our block, pushing up. If you don't have a block, it doesn't matter. You still come into your bridge pose. holding, squeezing, engaging all of the muscles. Taking 2 more breaths here, keeping that squeeze, keeping that engagement. Working the biggest muscle of our body, our gluteus maximus. Still remember the name from my beauty days. And then we're going to exhale and start to lower back down to our mat. All of the way. Once there, release your block and draw your knees into your chest, hugging them in. I'm going to give you 2 options here. You either come to a double leg raise where the heels go up to the ceiling, or you're coming up into a shoulder stand, which I won't be doing today with my back, but you know it. You bring your knees into your chest, you rise up, you support your back, and the feet go up to the ceiling. So you've got 2 options there, your shoulder stand or your double leg raise. Anybody menstruating, I wouldn't recommend a shoulder stand. You can always just choose a gentle asana, butterfly on your mat. Holding for as long as you feel. Walking those elbows in, so make sure the elbows are not splaying out to the side. It's a lovely energizing pose, as well as being calming for the mind. It's a great one for the circulation. Very good, everyone. When you do want to come out, you come out slowly, so you want to keep your head on the mat, so take that bend back into your legs and roll the spine back down. Very good. Once there, just draw the knees back into the chest, give yourself that little massage, that squeeze. And we're going to do fish pose, which is a counter pose for our shoulder stand. So we bring our legs together. You can have a look at me if you need. You either place your hands on your hips, or I quite like to make fists with my hands and I place them underneath my glutes. You want to keep the elbows close to your body, arms close to your body, and you roll up onto the crown of your head and you point your toes. It's a great one for the throat chakra. So if you want to try that, do. Pointing the toes away, pulling the shoulders away, expanding into the chest. And then release the head back to your mat, release your arms. Take a bend back into your legs, feet hip width apart. Push the spine into your mat. And send the arms away from your body, palms facing upwards. We're going to drop the knees over to our right side. If you want it stronger, you pick up that right foot and you just place it on the outer edge of your left knee. Maybe turning the head to the left. Maybe closing the eyes here. Trying that release all the way down the back. Release that side, coming back to center. Arms stay where they are. And you just drop the legs over to your left side. Always have that option of the foot on the outer edge of that right knee. And the gaze to the right. Maybe just closing the eyes. Coming back to your breath. And rolling back to center. Just send your left leg long and squeeze in your right leg, holding your right knee, and just roll through that right foot. Release the ankle. And work both ways. And then change sides. Draw in that left knee. Roll through the ankle. Working both ways. Both knees into the chest, bringing the head up as well. Send the arms out alongside you, palms facing each other. We're going to take the right leg long and hold. Engage our core muscles. And then change, right knee in, left leg long. Change again. Hovering that right heel. And again. Any issues with the neck, you can drop your head. We're going to do one more each side. Right leg long, left knee in. And last one. Both knees into the chest. Drop your head down to your mat. Take that roll side to side. Release the lower back. And then just come to Shavasana. Letting the palms face upwards. Letting the feet fall out to the side. Making sure you're warm, making sure you're comfortable. We're going to take some relaxation before our meditation. Letting the eyes close. Being aware of the whole body, lying in Shavasana. Every muscle, every organ, every cell resting in Shavasana. Breathing in your positivity, your energy, anything you need for your day. And letting go of anything that doesn't serve. Any worries, any hurtful words from others or what you say to yourself. Letting go of the past, not focusing on the future, just being in this moment, right now. And when you feel ready, I want you to bring your legs and your arms together, taking a full body stretch. So you're pushing away your heels and you're lengthening your arms over your head. And then maybe pointing the toes and stretching through the front of the legs. And then maybe bringing the knees into the chest, making that roll, that rock. Bringing yourself over to your right side. To bring yourself back to seated. And maybe this is where you want to come back to sitting on your block or some support. If you have a crystal, maybe it might feel nice to take it in your hand. Make sure you're warm and you're comfortable so you don't need to move. Maybe your crystal's just resting in front of you. You decide. We're going to be closing our eyes in our seated position, Sukhasana. Our body should feel free of tension after our practice. Our breath should be nice and long after our relaxation. And we're now going to find stillness. No music, no distractions. Shoulders relaxed, the spine is long. You're holding your crystal, just maybe being aware of the sensation of the crystal in the palm of your hand. Your mind starts to wander, just bring it back to the feeling of the breath coming into the body and releasing back out. Using this time now just to listen, trusting your inner guidance and feeling open to the universe. We're going to finish our practice today with the Om mantra. So feel free to join in if you wish. We're going to chant Om 3 times. And inhale and begin. Hands together, bringing your hands in front of your head. May there be peace in your thoughts. Bringing your hands to your throat. May there be peace in your words. And bringing your hands to your heart. May there be peace in your heart. Bowing to Namaste.